Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome once again to your own boy, Sam Adeyemi Jr. And as you always know, I'm that blunt love doctor, a guy that is blunt to the core, that is not going to tell A and call it B for you because you want it to look polished. But I always want to stay on the right course, even telling you the truth when you feel bitter, when you don't feel like hearing it, because the truth will always remain the truth. Once again, welcome on board. Sit back and relax, and then let's dive to what we have for each other today on a topic called submission. This have bring a whole lot of controversies to the public, to our space. When the word submission is being mentioned, a lot of people get triggered. They felt like, hey, you are trying to subjugate one gender or the other. No. But I want us to know something today, that submission is far beyond what we think it is. And it's never as complex as the way people tends to make it looks like. Rather, it's as simple as A, B, C. Just like that. Let's look at submission in two ways. When you are having a situation whereby you are in a warfare, the term submission is quite different from when you have to relate it to families. Submission in a warfare is different from what we actually mean in family settings. So people tend to bring the explanation of submission in warfare to submission in family. In a war, in conquering kingdoms, if I have to wage war against your kingdom and then I'm victorious, what it means is you have to submit to me because I'm victorious. I've come to subjugate you. I've come to bring you under my authority, and you have to submit. So the term dictionary submission tends to be accepting, yielding to superior force. You are yielding to the superior force. You can understand force. The term force, superior force or authority of another person, of another nation, of another body entirely. You are yielding, subjugating yourself to that superior force. But these are the reason why we'll be having a whole lot of controversies about this topic called submission. What is submission in family setting? Family setting, I won't like to be biblical about this because I know a whole lot of people say, hey, it's your Bible that said that. That wasn't said in my holy books. All the holy books agreed on one thing. Husband is the head of the family. Every books that were regarded as being holy books that have taught us some things all agree to the fact that the man is the head of the family, whereby the wife is the help to meet his deficiency as a man. Why do you need a wife if you are complete as a man? Even Adam thought he was complete, but God felt in his infinite wisdom, hey, this guy chasing antelopes around and running around is not complete. He needs someone to help. He needs an help to meet his deficiency. This guy is not complete. He needs an help. God could have modeled another help, but God realized the reason whom Adam actually needed is not a man in his capacity, image, and strength. Rather, he needed someone that looks like him, but in a more refined capacity to actually add into what Adam has. That's why women are more refined. They are like an AI version to a man. I know a lot of my gender will not love this, but it's the fact. It's the truth. So what does submission actually mean? Bible says submission means wife submit to your husband as to the law. For the husband is the head of the wife as Christ is the head of the church. As the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, which is his body. The church is his body. What is the church in that context? You, the wife, the children. The father, the husband, is the head of the body. And it didn't just stop there. He said, of which he sacrificed himself for. Of some versions say, of which he is the savior. Some versions say, of which he gave himself for it. It simply means you as a wife, you have nothing to worry about. If you have to be committed, submit to your husband simply means yield to him. Be under his cover, under his leadership. Do not wrestle leadership will with him. You don't need it. It's like you're doing something that is not under your control. You are not in that capacity to function. You have wider, bigger things to do as a wife. The reason why you need a man is not only to provide for you, but to give you a direction in a family setting. That's why you must watch the kind of man you settle down for. If it's a man who is dead in his spirit, if it's a man who is dead in his heart, if it's a man who has no idea, if it's a man who has no vision, listen, before a man got a wife, he already had a vision. He has something doing. If it's a man who has no vision, you are in problem because he is going to give you a wrong direction of which your family is going to focus for the rest of your life. And you are bound to stay under the leadership coverage of such man. What else do a man give to you? Provision, leadership, security. Hey. Then this is where here comes. Some people say, level is short. This submission of a thing. The Bible say in Galatians 5:21, hey, submit to one another. Yes. Ephesians 5:21 says so. He says, submit to one another. Be subject to one another. But you didn't finish that verse because it says, out of reverence for Christ, acknowledging the fact that this, my partner, is an embodiment of Christ. Christ in you, the hope of glory. Christ. Recognizing the fact that your partner is an embodiment of Christ. He carries Jesus. He carries Christ. Listen, this is who you are as a wife. I think maybe if you know this, you will stop to struggle with your husband for leadership, for direction, for authority, because you're just doing what you're supposed to do. Listen, Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. You are that good thing. And obtain favor from God. Until a man find a good thing, his favor has not come. That's why you see that the same work you are doing that is hardly feeding you, when you get your wife, you have direction of purpose, you have provision from above, divine, and it sustains you, your wife, and your children. In short, your coast is being enlarged. It's unexplainable. It means your favor just doubled. One shall take 1,000, and two will chase 10,000. When a man as a woman, what you suppose your submission at home is to give to that man, support that man of what he cannot naturally do. What are those things that he cannot do? One, he cannot make children on his own. That's why you are there. His favor is fake until you show up. that divine favor rests on you, the wife. Strength. He said, one will chase 1,000, and two will chase 10,000. It simply means the strength of every man is in their women, is in their wives. The strength of a man is not in the capacity of what he can do as a young man, as a bachelor, but what he can do as a man, married, a couple. Because one will chase 1,000 and two will chase 10,000 in 10-fold. His strength rests in you. Wife, don't forget you are the peace. The reason why some men don't return to their house is because they've lost the peace in their house. When you give peace to your husband, you are submitting to him. You are submitting to your husband. When you give trust, absolute trust, there are some issues that your men can never share with anyone, not even their pastor, but they will share with their wife. You must be that embodiment of trust that your husband can rely and trust for any issue of life. You must bring that emotional support. When he's downcasted, when he have problems, he must see you as that woman that when I get home, my wife is going to bring me back to normal. You must, as a wife, respect the oga patapata of them. Respect your husband. Respect is not stupidity. Respect is not slavery. Respect is acknowledging the fact that he is the cover over my head. When you respect your man, you show him his kingship in his kingdom. And no man will be respected by his wife that will ever go against the will of the woman. That's why they said every great man can be brought down by a woman who knows his tools and knows her arsenals and knows how well to use them. These are these things that are incorporated together, that are joined together, that are fused together in submission. Submission is not stupidity. Submission is not slavery. Oh, they say I should submit. Does that mean I have no free will of my own? No. You have a will of yourself. But even as we submit to Christ, that Christ take over our life, we still have will to choose between wrong and right. As a woman, you have free will. In fact, it is when you submit that your advice make more senses to your husband. No this and no peace. I say, hey man, love your wife. Listen, man loving his wife is not a condition that must be met because you receive a submission. Love is compulsory for you as a man to love your wife. Show her love. Let her feel loved. Submission is not a trade by barter. You submit to your husband is not from the things I've listed: children, favor, peace, trust, support, emotional support, and respect. Which of these come as something you have to trade to get something back? No. These are things. Look, submission, what Bible is saying here, these are your duties in your family to make it a better place for you and your family. I will round up by saying this: submission does not subjugate you as a woman, does not reduce you as a woman. Submission has no way to reduce a woman to nothing. Rather, it brings out the best in you, elevates you, and make you a prized asset in your husband home. A submissive wife have the best of his husband any day, anytime. A woman who has lost a submissive enterprise, a submissive material, a submissive will never have the best of her husband. Know this and know peace. I hope you find this content very interesting. For any kind of comments and questions, please do well to go into comment section and drop your comments there. Thank you, and until we meet again next time, I still remain your love blonde doctor, Sam Adeyemi Jr. Wishing you a very wonderful night. Goodbye and God bless.